Powered by Virginia Radio.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How you doing this evening? It's a wonderful Wednesday, you guys. Happy Wednesday to everybody. It's raining now, y'all. We made it in here right before the storm. Look at God. Won't he do it? But in the midst of the storm, rain brings growth. Rain cleanses things. Rain calms things. Rain soothes things. Rain waters things.
Rain
So
brings
enjoy
clarity.
the rain. Yeah.
Always
Come on
brings
now.
clarity. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Rain always brings clarity.
Yes, so enjoy the rain, Enjoy. Good evening, guys. Thank you for tuning in another Wednesday with your girl T here, Tspills. Special guest this week, the beautiful queen, the phenomenal woman, the many hat wearing diva, Miss Monique. Yes. Yesenia. I knew I was going to mess it up. Miss
Everybody
Monique
says
Yesenia.
Yesenia though, because it's with a Y, but the Y is actually silent. It's a J.
It's a J.
Weird
So
Spanish
Yesenia.
stuff, yeah.
So you got to say it just
Yesenia.
Gotta enunciate your words.
Right.
But thank you so much for being.
Thank you for having me. Long overdue, long
Yes.
time coming. Both
Yes.
of our schedules been crazy, but
Yes.
we are here.
Yes, we are.
I wanted to make sure I was here and present with you. You are an amazing, beautiful person. So absolutely.
Oh, likewise. Queen, that means so
Absolutely.
much.
Your
Thank
energy
you.
is just beautiful from the day I met you. So
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Likewise.
Absolutely. Thank
Likewise. That's what attracted me to you. I was just like, oh, she's so dope. She's so awesome. I want to know her. Like,
love is love. Everybody should embrace their brothers and sisters with so much love.
yeah.
That's the way it always should be, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's so easy to love people, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know. Just admire people. If you like things about people, just say that and be okay with it. Like, it's no need for anything else. Anything else is uncivilized.
Absolutely, and unrighteous. The world is just so filled with so much negativity these days and so much hate. I mean, we have to, it's no other choice for me but to love.
Yeah.
I can't see anything less than that.
Me either.
So.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I love
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
I love the love.
Yeah, you
It's
love
a
the
fulfilling-
love.
It's a fulfilling feeling, and I love
Mhm.
to be loved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even when I ain't love, I still love the love.
That's right.
I don't know. That's a dope. I don't know. It's nothing like loving on somebody. It makes people feel good. I like making people feel good. You know what I'm saying?
You should
Knowing
put that
about
on a
the people.
T-shirt. Love to love.
Love to love.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you. Tspills said it.
Yeah,
Copyrighted.
that's right.
Yes, teach me how to license my content. Yes, ma'am. Let me do it. So, we're continuing the celebratory month of Tspills. This month of June has been filled, like we were talking about before we came on, with so many great festivities, great honors, great accomplishments of the world individually, for groups, for people, and myself. So with all of that being said, I think it just was wonderful how it worked out that you were my guest in this month, because celebrating you and all your wonderful accomplishments and who you are and just what you do, like your legacy, like
Oh, I appreciate that.
that you already have, because you have impartation. We talked about that a little bit, but the impartation you have had on the world. So not getting too ahead, because you have so many things going on. Not getting too ahead. If you would like to give up the people, just because I know people know you, so you really don't have to introduce yourself. But if you want to give the people a little background for maybe some of those on my live that may not know you, you could give a little background about just who you are.
Okay, awesome. Well, my name is Monique Yesenia. I just retired 2 months ago as an advocate. I've been an advocate for the wrongly convicted and those who've been sentenced harshly for 10 years.
Okay.
My biggest case that put me on the map is across the world, is Travion Blunt.
Yeah.
Travion Blunt case. If you don't know who that is, Google him. Name is Travion Blunt, Blount, and all the Google stuff will pop up. He's made United States history, being the first juvenile sentenced to 118 years and 6 life sentences for stealing $60, 2 cell phones, and 2 joints at the age of 15. And boy, was it a journey.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I do advocate work. I became a certified life coach and relationship coach because I seen the needs, what was going on in the prison. I'm also a prison coach and a reentry coach as well. And so I transitioned into doing that. It's been very fulfilling, very fulfilling. Advocacy was my first love, of course. His case, I'm known for the Jerron Tucker case, Lewis Mock's case, and I've assisted 16 people to get home from prison.
That's
from
dope.
Life sentences.
That's
So
super dope, y'all. I love advocating, getting people out, actions, fruit.
it's been a journey. It's been a long journey. It's been a fulfilling journey. I give thanks that I'm down in the history books.
Hey.
With this case and worked with one of the best attorneys Virginia ever had. He just passed away the other day, though.
Rest in peace.
John Coggeshall. And it's been a beautiful, emotional, fulfilling, sometimes disaster, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
It's been a beautiful disaster.
It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Because beauty calls for a disaster. Sorry.
It does. It really does. You birth that. You can birth a disaster sometimes, but it can be the most beautiful thing in the world. And like with Travion, he did 14 years. They sent him into prison, in an all maximum prison, since he was 15 years old. And he did that time. And for me, just to read his story 9 years ago online, and I cried for 45. I could not believe what was going on, and fought for his freedom, put my life on hold and everything. And for him to be home, and he lives with me, and like all of that, all that stuff is just a story that is unbelievable. Actually, it's very unbelievable, and I'm grateful for it. But my life has been fulfilling here in Virginia. I'm a Brooklyn girl, but my life has been fulfilling here. I've accomplished a lot. I was supposed to be here to do what I'm supposed to do.
Facts. I believe that.
I believe it too, and I receive it.
I believe that.
I receive it.
I mean, but it's evident.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even really about what either one of us really believe. It's about the facts, the
Right.
hardcore evidence.
Right.
Like, it's
Right.
evident. This was exactly where you needed to be.
And sometimes people pray for what's my journey? What's my goal in life? And it will come to you if you stand still.
Come on now, talk about it.
And just listen. Just listen to spirit when spirit talks. And then once I got that, is just everything else was history and inevitable of what I'm doing, what I do. Yeah.
That's dope. That's ultra super dope.
It's not a game for me.
Yeah.
None of this is a game for me, and I love my brothers and sisters with everything in me. Like, I will lay down and die for my brothers and sisters because that's how serious it is for me. And to see my work and see the brothers and sisters come home, and they came home kicking and doing their things with nonprofits, with businesses and everything. I just had a reentry award ceremony in April.
Okay.
And
shout out.
I was the first to do it here. And just to see the rewards, it was so much. I cried so much. They were betting against me that I wouldn't cry, and I cried and lost all the $20 in the world, a bunch of $20. But it was so rewarding to see students and stuff over the last decade come home flourishing and kicking off the way they are.
Yes.
Like that
shout
was
out.
that was a reward in itself. So
That's a big accomplishment.
And everybody else that is connected to prison reform. I gave John Cajal the Attorney of the Year award. A few POs that are awesome, and that's really for prison reform. COs. My one of my closest friends, Latasha Williams.
Shout out Latasha.
The district attorney, and she opened up her own law practice, and she taught me the game, and I just made my own lane in it. So yes, definitely big shout out to her.
Big shout out.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
That's dope. That's dope. So relationship and connection is very important in the process and the journey as well. Then.
Absolutely, because ironically, even with like Latasha Williams, how I met her was through my sister Tiffany McKinnon. It just so happens her uncle worked with Tasha and all this stuff, and then we just got connected, and it's been history ever since. So it's just the universe will not lie to you, and it will bring you to who you need to be with and surrounded with.
Facts. I believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I met you. Yeah. At an event. Put the guns down, pick up the mics. Shout out to Darren Redmond.
Shout out to Redman. He called me right before I got here, too. I spoke to him right before I got here.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So, I heard you say you retired from advocating. How is that been going? Like, are you really in retirement? Or are you just like Jay-Z, you said you retired, but you still got some tricks
According to people, they say I'm not retired.
We got to call up.
Okay, pause it.
Sorry. Good evening. You called Tspills. Talk to me. Hello?
Yes, I was calling to listen in.
Oh, she's listening.
Okay, you're listening in. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good. You calling for Miss Monique, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hey, I know it. Go ahead and talk to her. She can hear you.
Hey, babe.
Hi. Who's this?
Oh, you don't know your BFF. That is a shame.
Oh. That's Tasha.
Oh, okay. Big ass shout out, Tasha.
Tasha's not savvy with all this computer stuff. So
I'm definitely not. I just want to know, like, okay, let me call it.
she's been so supportive over the years as well. I have a great sister tribe.
That's
like
dope.
she's my rock. Like I have a great sister tribe. So hey, girl, hey.
You got Tasha.
Yes.
Talk to you. Heard what she said.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. My family's so loud.
She said, "Hey, girl, hey."
I said you've been so supportive in my rock and stuff over the years, and I really appreciate you.
Yes, that's my job, baby.
Mhm. Definitely.
Oh. You got anything else you want to say, Miss Tasha?
No, I love you, and I'm sure you're doing great.
I love you too. You know you live on air, right?
Oh, goodness. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for calling in, Tasha.
You're welcome.
Stay blessed, stay up. Hi.
I know she didn't know that. She's not savvy with none of this stuff. And my our girlfriend Tiffany, I see, is laughing right now on live.
Look, I was good to say, just tell her go on your page.
Yeah.
Say it live, right?
Yeah, I did.
So just go on your page. You can see it. Look. Hey, Miss Tasha. Oh, shoot. Look at me. Hey, Miss Tasha, just go on her page, baby. You can see it. It's going to be right up there. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so retirement status. Your friend Miss Tasha says you're really not out of retirement status.
Well, I am, but people feel like that I'm not. I did make a promise to John last week about in reference to a case that I have to revisit in a few weeks. You know, I want to hold true to that. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about me, I'm very loyal and I honor my word, no matter what. I could say I like walking on one leg, but I know I had to do this interview. I'm still gonna be here, you know, because my word is my bond and my bond is my life. So
Come on. Come on.
seriously,
I love it. Talk to me. Yes, ma'am. I love it. I love it. So, technically, from what I'm gathering, you are retired, like title wise, or I guess, but you're actually still, that's going to be a part of your same life.
so I guess some of the work that I'm doing now is, I don't know, kind of sort of advocating, but what I've done,
You say, yeah.
dockets, courts, fighting injustices, petitions, like all of that stuff that I've done for a decade, I got to put it on ice. Because I've been through so much trauma the last year. I'm like, I got to put me first at this point. Because, like, it's a lot with advocating. It's a lot. We
Of
do
emotions,
just,
yeah.
right. Like,
And time. It's a lot
we
of
do
work,
so
yeah.
much, like an attorney.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, I've studied the law. I know what I know. I know how to flow. I know how to, you know. So it's a lot. It's very time consuming. And you can't put no time on anybody's freedom or anything like that. But for me, I just have to put it on ice.
Yeah.
And live my life and not exist. So yeah, pretty much.
Respect. I mean, it sounds real good though. But I don't know how long that's gonna last. But it sounds really good. But I definitely totally understand you taking a break or putting it on ice. But it seems like it's kind of in you. So I hear you. You probably won't do it to that capacity again. But I can see you still kind of doing it.
Well, I will be teaching advocacy classes, like how to advocate.
Okay, I see.
I will be doing that because that has to go on.
Facts.
The young people are phenomenal. They're savvy with computers. They're savvy with so much stuff. So
they are very savvy.
I will be teaching that class before the year ends, and that'll be an extensive 2-hour class, 2 to 3 hour class.
Okay.
So,
well, let me know so I can bring my son.
absolutely.
Let me know that, please.
Absolutely.
Because he's going to be a senior next year, so he needs to be in extensive something.
Right.
Yeah, to get his missile a little ready. But he's pretty good though. But still, that'd be great for him.
Mm-hmm.
Never could be too good.
Right.
So, because we were talking about retiring, and this kind of covers or goes into the next thing I wanted to ask you. Needed space to recover despite the roles and the titles.
Recover meaning like healing and
like any kind of recovering that you may need. It seems like you kind of already doing it. That's what I said.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the biggest part of the recovery is just falling back. Although it's like, oh my gosh, like that is such a big part of my life. So, yeah, the healing and self-care is necessary. I suffer from lupus.
Okay.
And I'm a long hauler post-COVID. Almost died from COVID and all of that stuff. So I have to take time for myself. Actually, tomorrow will be my 1-year anniversary. But I fought through that as if they was giving me like the 4th day trying to sign me off and all that. But I fought through it and I'm here. Right, my
Forward tough,
right.
Baby. Come through here,
so
Brooklyn.
I've been through a lot. John just passed, like I said a few days ago. He was like my father, and they called us a dynamic duo because we worked hand in hand together on these cases. But we're known for Travion Blunt. Like wherever we go, we're known for that. I lost the love of my life as well from complications of COVID. So all of this happened last year at this time in June. And then John's wife died 8 weeks ago. So all of just trying to process all of that, girl, I can't advocate and heal at the same time. I have to take time for me. But people still call me and ask me questions. I'm always answer questions and give direction on a case. I'm never going to slam the door on anybody's face with that, because that just wouldn't be right.
Yeah.
If I got the information, I'm going to express it. I'm going to tell you about it and what to do and how to fight this. Especially if you've exhausted everything, appeals, everything on a case, I'm going to tell you what to do and how to do it. and how it worked for me.
Most definitely.
Because it worked for me because I don't take shit. And I'm going to be at the Capitol. I'm going to be in people's faces. And I'm going to be that one. I'm a one-woman army. So you have to stand strong on this stuff because this is a systematic racism
Let's talk about that. Come on now.
It's built on hate.
Yeah.
It's built on power, like having their feet on your neck.
Yeah. It's like playing Monopoly, but they let us play like the 4th, 5th round, or playing a game of chess, and they already got most of all your men. They let you come play on the ass end of the game. Like, yeah.
The prison pipeline is a huge business.
Come on, yes. What?
It starts from
major
school.
business.
It starts
yes,
from
come on
school.
now. They looking at their record. You should not be able to
let
charge
me tell
a
the
youth.
audience
Come
out
on, talk.
there. Let me tell the audience out there. Cut out trying to listen to these people putting your children on medication.
Come on, yes, ma'am. Talk about it.
All that
Tell them
ADHD,
they got an IEP.
Like
Everybody
all of that
got an
stuff.
IEP.
Like stop it because it's going to follow them. And if they do one thing in school, act up, they're going to try to arrest them, and that's going to categorize them. And they already put them in this pot.
Come on.
Where they're going to send them to juvie, and then from juvie it's going to be prison.
Don't call the police on your children, man. Whip their ass. Yeah. Why you gotta call the police? What happened to people? What is it?
Whip their ass.
I'm sorry. I don't know, because I done seen too many things too many times with a lot of things. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
No,
but
you
I seen
fine.
this, like, whip their ass. Don't call the police on them, because guess
it's
what?
Just structure. Structure has to happen, and molding a child has to happen from when they're small.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And
I'm
from Brooklyn. I come from the hood. So I get it. But back then, I'll be 51 years old. So like back then,
hey, you look great.
Thank you.
You look great, love.
The village raised us. My building raised me. All the mothers raised me. So they have a part in. My mother did a phenomenal job of raising me, but the women in the building helped raise me.
Okay, I'm glad you talked about this. Come on, keep going.
It's a serious thing. A village is a serious thing. My tribe, like, we help each other with each other's children. They're not going to intervene if I got to chastise their child or pull them to the side, or if something's going on with my goddaughter, her mom is going to call me, look, and I'm over there. Exactly. She got pregnant with my goddaughter. I was like, look, this is just not clothes and lip gloss and bikes and stuff for me. This is real for me. I waited all this time to have a godchild, and I got one coming on the way. But if you're not going to allow me to help you raise this child, I don't want to be the godmother. Because it's that serious to me. Mm-hmm. It's a serious thing. And this is where we're falling to the wayside.
Yeah.
I can't stand when people are like, they giving up on our black teens or our youth and killing and this, that, and the third. That's our fault.
Yeah, come on, talk about it. I talk about it all the time. It's
That's
not the kids'
our fault.
They can't do nothing but what we let them do.
Intervene.
People give up too much. They don't fight for their kids now. They don't want to fight for them.
You have to intervene. I see something going on in my neighborhood. Come here. What's going on over here?
I talk to the kids
you
who
have
stop
to
fighting
intervene.
and all that. You got to. But everybody, because I feel like people either scary or they just don't want to do it, so they make up excuses. And I tell people that all the time.
A lot of it is scary, or they're afraid of what the parent might say because they're telling their child what's right and what's wrong.
But I feel like, and that's why I don't ever put people in groups, because some people may be like that, but everybody not like that. And one thing about me, I can't help but to do what's right, because that's what I'm accountable for. I'm not accountable for your reaction. I'm not accountable for how you receive it. I'm not accountable for any of that. I'm accountable for what I do. So I walk in the sense of my accountability. So I'm gonna say something pretty, and if the girl cuss me out, guess what? I'm gonna wear that. I ain't gonna cuss her back out. She got it. It is what it is. You get what I'm saying? I don't know.
You don't have to waste your energy.
It just all depends. But was it worth it to say something to that child? Yes, it was. Because if I'm going to say something, it must be a need. So if it's a need, I'm going to say something. So I feel like people got to step up. Like, everybody's so tough and stuff when it comes to the wrong things. When it comes to the things that matter, which are our children, the youth, the next generation, which if they not together, then we going to be screwed. What we going to do? We're going to be old one day.
No, absolutely. I mean, everything that you just said is totally valid. And, and another thing, too, like, with the Travion Blunt situation and a lot of the other juvenile lifers that I do know, like, if you see a child going down the wrong road or around the wrong people, you have to say something.
Exactly.
I create a lot of platforms for returning citizens on purpose. So this year, all I'm doing is introductions. They're doing the work because guess what? The teens are going to receive the returning citizens more. They're going to receive their own parent.
Facts.
So when I'm having these seminars, bring your child, just drop them off. I got this. And I do it all the time. The Hampton Library, I've been working with them for years, and they allow me to lock in a whole year for my seminars. Just bringing them. You can't complain about one damn thing.
Come on, talk about it.
If you're the problem, you're not even dropping them off. If you go into the alley or the happy hour, whatever you doing, you getting dressed, driving your ass there, drop your kids off to us. Drop your children off to us because I've saved a lot of youth. Out of all my youth, only 2 went to prison. But I knew they were going. And I hate to say that because
everybody learn different.
Well, not only that, they were dealing with so much pain. Their outlet was crime.
Makes sense.
That's the majority of a lot of people, though. So, I knew moms don't care. Father's either dead or doing life in prison. And grandma's doing her best to try to raise them, could barely walk because she's old or whatever. And then so you get those type of results. Yeah. It hurts. It's painful when I get a call of a 13-year-old caught a body. His life is gone. I can't, but so much I can do with that, but tell you, okay, the juvenile life situation has came in, but he's going to still have to do that 25 years because he caught a body. 13 years old, that's very painful for me.
Wow.
So those are the things I deal with, and I still deal with that stuff, those phone calls.
That is a lot.
Suicide phone calls and like all of that. Getting out of my bed in the middle of the night and stuff. Like this is I have a saying, we're accountable for one another. And it's a true thing.
Most definitely.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's a real true thing. Accountability is a serious thing. And
most definitely it's a very important thing. And it's an important thing for evolution. Because if you can't be accountable, you can't evolve. Because you have to be accountable for you. So talking about this accountability factor and us being accountable for one another and the village aspect of everything, that brings me to how important is unity to you?
So I'm a student follower of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And one of the things with being a student follower of Elijah Muhammad, one of the things he taught on was, I'm saying was because he passed away, but is because it's still alive in my life, is with unity we can accomplish much. So with that being said, we need to unite and mean it and stick together. You ever ask yourself, who would be on the front lines with me if something went down? Like if this whole, like what happened with Trump in the Capitol and we got to fight and all of this type of, you know what I'm saying? Who would really be on the front lines with you, uniting with you?
Probably some strangers.
Probably some strangers.
Probably a few people that I really, really rock with. Some people gonna shock me, but it ain't, I really, like, to be honest, I got a few. I got like a very small few that I think are really, really rock with me. But again, like I said, sometimes you fool, because sometimes people rock with you from a distance. Sometimes people that's close to you don't rock with you. So it just all depends. But to be honest, I think a few.
Well,
I would prepare to fight by myself, because I've learned that in my life. That's kind of how I had to move, and people come. The right people come. They normally are strangers typically, but then sometimes once the strangers attach and we attract each other, then the other people that I know, the common people, the commonality people, the people I've been knowing, come on. But normally strangers.
And I only ask that because like you have to really dissect those things, and it goes hand in hand with who can I call on if I need to do something for the youth or be consistent. Who is really consistent with the things that's important?
True.
Who will have your back on?
True.
Even this, I'm pretty sure when you started podcasting, I'm sure you had your battles, and I'm pretty sure you've lost friends that you thought were friends in this process, right?
Yeah.
Because why? You climbing up, and then people can sit there and be like, oh, she thinks she all that now because she's a podcaster or this that. That's why you getting this damn award. Because I see you.
Oh, thank you.
I see you. You deserve it. Your energy is everything. So it's okay if people fall off. It's okay. This whole unity thing has to happen.
Yeah.
We're the only race that can't unite as we should. And we can do it.
Yeah, we can.
We can do it.
Yeah, we can.
But
Because the crazy thing is, even though I feel like that, I would be standing beside whoever. Because we all got the same fight. It's us against them. That's how it is. That's the fight. That's it.
Period.
That's whatever it is. On whatever level you want to look at it, it's us against them. Whether it's all the people against the government, when you want to break it down into subsections, it's still going to be a us against them. So let us be united, whoever us is. See, but I've always been able to be the bigger person, to see the bigger picture of anything, any situation.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never been that person like, well, I hate you forever. Nah, that ain't me.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I ain't got that much energy.
Too much energy to hate.
I just
right.
don't have
right.
that. So I'm cool. I can be cordial. I don't know. I was raised a little different. I can always be cordial. It don't ever bother me.
Yeah, I'm the same way too.
So, and people can say it's phony, fake, whatever. What you want me to be? I'm not about to do that.
Nothing. It takes a lot to something to really bother me. I'm not easily bothered by everything.
No, it's only one
people
person I
entitled
don't
to
like,
feel
and
how
they
they
did something
feel.
very disrespectful. But other than that, everybody else, whatever.
Right. I just hope we can get this unity thing.
But the unity thing is definitely something that you gotta do. You're right. It's necessary.
You know.
Cause we can't do nothing if we're not unified for real. Though you right.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be in their own direction.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're right.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so dope, right? Because remember, I had asked you to come up here way before you even
It was a
nominated
while ago,
me.
yeah.
I asked you for a long time ago when I first met you. I was like, pretty much like, look, hey, how you doing? You so dope, look. And it's because I wanted to get to know you at the time, but since I've been able to like peek into your life a little bit, you know, through being at some of the events and seeing you online a lot and reading your bio and just seeing what you do, you always doing something. You're very active. You're always putting in work, and I admire you for that. You're welcome. And it's just like, it's so amazing how that kind of like spent in full circle, because I had no idea of that. I didn't even know you did nothing like that on that level, you know. I just know that you do a lot of advocating. I know you always, you know, pushing somebody, being united, doing things that bring people together. And you really do mean that. You're not just saying it, like you do things all the time that bring people together. And I just think that's so dope. So with bringing people together, let's talk about some of these dope events that you have coming up soon. Your newest one, your more current recent one is coming up Sunday.
So Sunday I have an event coming up for those who return back into society but have questions in reference to probation. Getting off probation and things like that, and expungement.
Okay.
Those two things that I'm constantly asked, individuals call me or inbox me all the time in reference to that. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and do this all at once and just, you know, put it out there. And so that'll be happening Sunday at the Hampton Library at 4207 Victoria Boulevard. Then I just had my re-entry award ceremony, as I stated earlier, and I shine the light on returning citizens who own their own businesses, nonprofits, who are doing phenomenal, people that's POs, COs, attorneys, and district attorneys, and all of these wonderful, great people. And it was very emotional. It was a lot of tears, very emotional, and just the fact to put smiles on faces and to let them know that, you know, you're doing great and you're valid when this state makes it so difficult for people who come back home from prison. Now, I want to let y'all know y'all doing a great job.
Yes. Shout out.
All doing a great. The place was packed. Every seat was filled. And it was, I mean, I cried probably the whole night. They were all making me cry. But that was the most fulfilling thing. I may have a part 2 towards the end of the year, or I might just wait till next spring and announce the nominees, the recipients for the next one. And then July 17th, I will be honoring Black women entrepreneurs, community leaders, podcasters, and all of that. And I have 16 or 17, I'm sorry, beautiful Black women who are out here killing it. And I cannot wait to honor y'all. I cannot wait for that day. My tickets is, I don't know, did your people buy tickets?
I think so.
Oh, because they are almost gone.
I know. I hope they did.
So
y'all
like
heard that, my people.
they sold fast. And all the recipients are so excited.
Yes. Look
and
at
everything.
you. Got the lines blowing up, baby. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for calling. Tspills. Who is it?
Hello, Boss Queen. How you doing?
Hey, Mom. How you doing?
That's your mom. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Bless. Hey, sweetie. I just wanted to call and thank you so much for honoring my daughter.
Oh, you're so welcome. She's so deserving. Thank you for giving birth to a beautiful queen.
Oh.
She's amazing. She really is. So
Thank you so
I thank
much.
you.
I've watched her grow and achieve so much, and I'm so very proud of her.
You should be. You should be. You did a wonderful job with her. You
I
really
love
did.
you, Tiara.
I love you too, Mom. Look, don't make me get emotional. I'm trying to be gangster.
No, don't get emotional. I love you.
I love you more.
Oh.
I appreciate you, Mom.
Your aunt right here. I love you, Tia. You already know.
That's so sweet.
I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, I
Make
love
my
you so
heart
much.
glad.
Oh, I love you so much, Aunt Carla.
I love
Carla,
you
get
too.
your ticket.
Aunt Carla, get you a ticket.
Blessings, y'all.
Blessings.
Love you, Mom.
Thank you.
Stay blessed.
Stay
there.
loud.
That was so sweet.
Oh.
Who would have your own mom calling, and that's so sweet.
That's so great. She don't know how to never call. Well, she call it sometimes. She said, I want to be worse about calling every time. Yeah, she's so funny. But yeah, she really did say that. She's so, that is so nice. I said, she really don't even know me. I didn't even know.
No, but
that
I
she
know
was
your
even
work.
looking at me or
I
nothing
mean,
like
we've been
that,
around
like.
each other maybe 1 or 2 times, and I know your work. Trust and believe me.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
said that's
out
so
here
good.
just giving out awards.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Serious,
saying. Like,
I'm not.
That's why I knew you had to like look at me in that way, and it was like hard for me to accept it at first, but it's super dope. You made me feel great, so I appreciate you having these awards. Yeah, that was so dope.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Super dope. See, she's so awesome. So, let's talk about. You forgot one of your events, the beach day event.
Oh yeah, I haven't announced that yet,
Okay.
but no, it's no problem. I'm gonna do like right before school start for the teens.
Okay.
A fun beach event and with games and volleyball and races and stuff. I'm saying beach, but it's really a toss up between the beach and one of the parks. So I don't know.
Okay, y'all just stay on
But
the lookout.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Have the babies come and it's gonna be like like I want all of the returning citizens to bring their children and stuff like that, and just have fun. And we make have little fun games and stuff. And yeah, I'm excited about that too. I just want to give these babies an outlet, keep giving them some type of sort of outlet. And they all of them love Auntie Mo, so, and they listen to me, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Kids respect real, man.
Mm-hmm.
They feel it. They know it. They see it.
Yeah, the love.
They feel the love.
Yeah.
They
Some
know.
of them just want to give me a hug because they need it.
Yeah.
They don't get it,
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. And I can see you giving that. You got a
Yeah.
lot of love. Yeah, that's dope. Also, let's talk about your documentary release.
Oh, the documentary. If that is coming out, I don't know officially what day. It's going to be sometime this year. I'm hearing in the fall. So I don't know the exact date. It's called Over Sentence.
Okay, now Over Sentence.
So I'll be shout out to Stephanie and Greg, the producers.
Big shout out.
And they're highlighting Travion in my story in the documentary. We're gonna have a whole red carpet at the Paragon Theater,
Okay.
and like all of that stuff. Like we want to do it big.
I
So,
love it.
yeah.
Yes.
We
That's
do it
awesome.
big. So I'm excited about that. That was a lot of work. That was interesting. Just filming 4 or 5 days straight with all these cameras and like you gotta stop because of something or like it's just real. Like some of the stuff is like really tedious, and then you gotta remember what you just said because they gotta redo it all over or. Maybe I start crying or something like that, but they like raw footage like that. Like I was triggered by a memory in reference to Travion and made me tear up. And so you'll probably see the ugly cry on the documentary at some point, but
I mean, but it's real.
yeah, it's cool. It was real cool, and I have another producer that want to actually do a movie about Travion and I because our story is so unique. You know, and he's just as blown away by the whole story. So, yeah, those two things, and we, you know, that documentary be out soon.
Okay.
We just
So y'all be on the lookout. And where can the people find the information? I know a lot of people already know you, but just give your handle for the people where they can find the information or your handles.
they can either go to my website because I'm always doing updates, and that's www.Monique Yesenia at .com, and that's MoniqueYesenia.com. Or you could just go to my Facebook page, Monique Yesenia, and just keep up with me on there.
If I would have spelled it right, I could have pronounced it. I had an H. So. Wonderful. I messed it up. So let's see. So y'all make sure y'all keep a lookout for all these events because she got so much going on. You need to take out your notepad and write it down.
Get it all up because I'm about to be on pause soon. So get it all in.
Get it all in. She said. She said she'd be on pause. It's gonna probably be a slight pause. She
I'm
probably push
telling
y'all
you,
on
everybody
pause.
gonna be blown away by this.
But you deserve it though. If you really, really want to do that and feel that that's something you need to do or need to do, then do it for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, yeah,
I have
self-care
to put
is
me
the best.
first.
Yeah, you have to.
I do.
When you a helper, you got to.
A servant.
Yeah, come
Right.
on. Oh, come on, baby. Correct.
A servant,
Yes,
because I'm here to
damn.
serve. You know,
I love it.
here to
That's
serve and
crazy.
stuff, and it's really that important. Seriously, it really is.
That's so funny. I say that all the time. Like, I'm a serve. I like to serve, and that's crazy that she said that. Wow.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with being a servant. We all need to be servants.
Yeah, true. Indeed.
In some capacity.
True.
So seriously.
Yeah. But I don't mind either. I like it. I enjoy it. I don't mind. If it's a need, because it's a need. So if it's a need, then I don't mind serving the need.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
coming up with solutions.
Absolutely.
That's dope. I just think that's really dope.
I just like just get involved in something that's productive and positive, and that's going to make a difference. Yeah. It could be the smallest thing.
It can though.
But just do it. Don't say you're going to do it. Just do it. And be consistent.
Yes.
Consistency is everything.
It's key.
And if you know you can't be consistent, then just sit down for the person that is going to be consistent and do what they have to do.
Facts. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, and stop complaining about the things that you can change now. You know, even you can't even complain about the things that's out of your control. It is what it is. Yeah. You keep it moving.
Yeah. It's pretty much like that saying they say you play with the cards you were dealt. You know,
yes.
You don't cry and complain about the hand. You can't pout because you only got one spade. You just got to play that hand the best of your, you know what I'm saying,
to your abilities.
That's all you can do.
That's that.
And that's what it is. And when we understand that, understand how easy life really is, even though it's difficult at times and challenging at times, but it's really easy kind of for real, the basics of it. It really is. It's just about how we want to process. And sometimes we just like to be in certain places. And we just need to be honest with that. Sometimes people like to be in low places. Sometimes people like to be in low vibrations. Sometimes people like to be angry. They like the drama. They like the things. And I guess it's okay a certain amount
and a lot of times,
it, but
that's all
you
they
gotta
know.
find a balance. You gotta find a balance. Like, And even if that's the case, because you can't change nobody, people gonna be who they gonna be. But accept people for who they are. Just accept them. It may work. It may life
And
easy.
meet people
when you just
where
accept
they.
it.
Sometimes you got to meet people where they are.
Facts.
And guess what? Don't get it twisted. You was once that person.
Exactly.
Some way,
Come
somehow.
on. You better talk
so
about it.
don't drag that person.
Nope.
Don't belittle that person.
Nope.
If you're not here to lend a helping hand,
Then you part of the
just
problem.
Right, you part of the problem. Just don't say anything and just move to the side.
Facts.
So, you know, like even the children, like everybody has so much to, you know what, and I don't use the word hate often, but one word I dislike is savage. I don't like when people call these children savages. I don't. It drives me crazy.
Cause that's not what they are.
I don't like it. And the difference between the youth now and us back in the day is we didn't have social media.
Yeah, that's it.
That's different because we were all. I wasn't no angel back in the day.
Oh no, I think we were kind of better than these kids, really.
I just was.
For real,
I was
they
sneaky.
just kill more.
I was just sneaky
I
about
think our
mine.
generation was actually worse than this generation. I just think this generation, everything is broadcast. Because if we would have had social media when we were growing up, this thing would have been lit. Because think about it, it was a lot of stuff going on when we were growing up. I tell people that too. They act like they forget like what we were doing. It's nothing new that these kids are doing. Only thing, like you said, is new is the social media.
It really
spreading.
is.
Because think about it, a fight. You get in a fight today, right? Me, you get in a fight today with that, but just me, you get in a fight today. Bad 2 or 3 days, unless it was a real good fight, it's over with. Now it's on the cloud, so you can replay it. Somebody can repost it. Somebody can do whatever.
And they get all hyped up about it.
Takes
and
longer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People pick on you more because you can't even run away from it. Okay, you know, you might not see a person, but you can see it on the phone. They texting you, inboxing you, whatever the case may be. These kids got a lot of different traumas, and then they lost so many people at one time. That's something different too. We never went through that. We didn't have no crisis in our growing up age where we lost so many people, like our peers, at one time. I can't recall that.
No, and I grew up in. I'm 50, so I grew up in the. Well, I grew up in the era of the big time dope boys and stuff. Half of them are dead or half of them doing life. But I grew up in that era. I mean, it was killing back then, but it was more of like we couldn't go to the next projects because we was, you know what I'm saying, you know, and then there'll be a fight or something. Nobody don't know how to shoot a fair one these days. Definitely not. And then, like I said, the psychological warfare on this phone.
Come on, talk about it.
With this phone is what got these children twisted. These children are going to sleep like that. Uh-huh. These children, everything is this phone. And it's got a toll on their brain.
Yeah.
It really does. It really, really does. What we had back in the beepers.
Oh.
I'll call you when I get to a payphone or when I get a quarter, you know. Yeah. It's not like now.
Yeah. Even with landlines, it was different. You still had
the landline phone, what you call them? Rotaries. Yeah, I remember we had that too. But it's just, this whole generation. But one thing they're not is savages.
Nah, they're definitely not savages.
I will always correct somebody on it, and I get totally offended by it.
Yeah. They babies, man.
No, these are scientists. These are teachers. These are
true. Right.
Are engineers. That's what they are.
True. Come on, talk to them.
All they need is love.
Yeah, that is all they need.
That's all they need. When I have my seminars, and I'll show you the pic. My seminars be packed with the teens. They just want a hug and somebody to listen, to understand them, and not reply. And the parents are not allowed to sit in there because I want to give them a freedom of expression. I allow them to play their music because I got to meet them where they at. I just tell them, don't do the curse and all of that because that could be offensive to people. Me, I don't mind, but I get it. If you want to listen to this, fine. We're just going to do the clean version because I got to meet them where they at. And I'm a young mother. My son is 30, but I'm a young mother. My son will tell you, I'll be the first one dancing. I'll be the first. I know all the lyrics to Kevin Gates and Mo 3 and like all of that. Like I do. Like because I'm so in tune. Like that's the music I like. And my you like, Mom, how you know about that? I'm like, I know everything. Just don't get it twisted. I know everything. I know all these licks and everything. But the children, like when you sit with them, you'd be amazed what's coming out their mouths. And they're
smart.
And their concerns.
Yeah.
And the biggest concern is what? What you think the biggest concern is with them? When they start expressing themselves to me or the brothers that I have coming in there to help me coach with them and stuff, what you think their biggest concern is?
They don't listen. Nobody listens to them.
Nobody's listening to them. They all say the same thing. All my mama do is yell. And I gotta tell them all the time, she's frustrated. She's doing all this on her own. So if she's telling you to take out the garbage, just take out the garbage before she get home so you won't get yelled at. You know, things like that. Just try and make things a little easier for her because 95% of my children they have single mothers. Their fathers are not around or they're dead or doing life. So it is difficult. And she is frustrated. I'm that she. I was that she. You know what I'm saying? My son's father went to prison when my son was 3 weeks old and did 9 years. And we came home. It was difficult for him to get on his feet because why? The world is not good to returning citizens. They're just not. And that's why I fight so hard for them.
Definitely not.
So, if again, I'm going to say this one more time. When I have a seminar, drop your children off. That's all you got to do.
Drop the kids off.
If you don't have transportation, I'll have somebody pick them up. But they need to be there. They need to spend those 4 hours with us.
Thanks.
They listen to the brothers. I'm telling you.
Because they're relatable.
They
know how to talk to them. They know how to approach them, yeah.
They're telling their story. They listening to them. And like they really listen to them. And then I've seen grades go up after the brothers speak to them. I've seen they want to do better. They want to do this and that now because somebody like Redman poured into them. You know, Redman, he's not ashamed of his story. He'll tell you his story in a heartbeat. You know, he did 25 years. I got somebody that did 32 years. I got 27 years. I got a combination sometimes when they're all standing in a room with me. It could be a combination over, like at my reentry seminar, it was a combination over 400 years in that room of people who did prison time. And so, yeah, they listen to them. Just bring them. You can't complain about these children if you're not even trying to help them.
Yep, facts.
You just keep complaining about them. Or I heard a brother be like, I have to F one of these little niggas up.
Why you just won't talk to him?
Just pull
But he won't talk to him.
Oh, he think he bad. I'll F him up. No,
but you used to be him, though.
Him.
See, and that's one thing I don't appreciate about adults at times because they forget that you once was a child. Like you ain't always had your shit together. You haven't. You have not. I have once been a child, and I just feel like, I don't know, I can understand them a certain way. Like, I may not like their method, but I understand why to a certain degree. Like, what will put them in that position. Because when you have too many things that are not equal in the equation, that are necessary for the equation, because these are their needs, these are not their wants. If you don't have certain things in the equation that are necessary for the equation, they're going to stray off. Because they're yearning for that, because it's human nature to want love. It's human nature to want nourishment. The first thing, It's human nature to want a certain type of interaction and affection. Like it is. It's human nature. We all thrive for that as human beings. If we didn't, we'll all be sex would not be as popular as it is.
This is true.
It's a lot of things that wouldn't be we sorry, I just
no, you're good.
But I just agree with that because I feel like people don't take the time to understand why these children are the way they are. It's not their fault. I always say it's our fault. I always say it's our fault. They could choose a little bit better with the knowledge they know, but
it is.
But it's our fault.
You cannot raise your son without a village. I don't care what nobody says. I got this. I can do this on my own. I can't.
Nope,
cannot. Independent woman. I don't need a man. I don't need nobody to help me with my kids' shit. I hate it. Like, I can't stand that. You need a man. Yeah. We are here to love each other.
Come on, let's talk about it.
Your child needs a father, or he needs a father figure, or he needs people like DeMarcus, like Redman, Azim, like people like they need that. Do you know how I feel when I go in prisons to teach? And a 16 and 17-year-old is passing me a note, begging me to call a mama or asking them to get out of prison, and they were an honor roll student, and they was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Now they got a life sentence because they little homeboy caught a body and he was just going on to hang out and he didn't know that shit was going to transpire. And now he's sitting in Wallins, the most wicked prison ever. Red Onion, one of the other most wicked prisons ever. And he's sitting in these type of prisons, about 5'1", 120 pounds soaking wet, scared to death in his face, and never been in prison. No. And been an honor roll student the whole
built for
time.
That want the life
you're not built for that. Like, you're not.
It's like they breed, and I think they do that. That's why I don't like that recidivism thing. Recidivism thing either, because it's like they set it up for them. Like, why would you give a child with that low mental capacity that type of time and that type of facility, knowing that they're still growing mentally? So you put them in a place where you create the trauma, like you create the criminal. That's what you create. When you
that was designed to break us anyway, from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Come on now,
it was a whole design to break us, and it was a whole design like Travion.
True.
You send him from Norfolk 9 hours away to a prison, knowing that his mother didn't have a car, knowing that they couldn't get up there like that. You know what I'm saying? He had a few visits before I came along that whole time, and then, I got to move closer. And then he wanted to go on to River North. Okay. And then once his sentence got turned around and he got that pardon, they sent him to Greensville. Okay. But and he went to Lawrenceville too. But I'm saying that because they want to dismantle the families. Mm-hmm. They want to destroy. They wanted to destroy him. Mm-hmm. They didn't. Y'all motherfuckers didn't destroy my bonus son. Now I'm gonna tell you that. All of you racist people, all of the death threats we got. When he got home, I had to carry all the time and all that stuff because we getting death threats in you should have seen his inbox and stuff. Man, fuck all of y'all. Excuse my language. All of y'all. Because he's here and he's doing phenomenal. He's doing phenomenal.
Big facts.
He's doing
big
phenomenal.
Facts, big facts.
And so you tried to break him. You tried to break his mother. You tried to break the family structure. And although he went through pain and suffering.
I bet.
He good. He good right now. He good 14. Like, you put him in prison at 14 years old. That's crazy.
That's
for a non-homicidal crime. Yeah. That's crazy. $60, 2 blunts and 2 cell phones. We talk 2 joints and 2 cell phones. 118 years and 6 life sentences.
That's ridiculous. That's crazy. That's overkill at its max. That's sad. I'm sorry he had to go through that.
It's it's sickening. It's sickening. And to see him, how he came, he's so humble. Everybody will tell you, he's so humble. He's so sweet. And we need to hook something up for an interview with him down the line. But, for him to come, like, he's just, you would never think anything that traumatic happened to him. Seriously. How he handles everything, and it is just to be raised in prison like that, and first time ever in prison like that shit was devastating. It's devastating, but it was worth me pausing for 7 years of my life for him. All of this was worth it because he's home. I get to see him every day. I get to see his face. I get to what's up, jab at him, play fight with him. We go out to eat and all it like that. It means everything to me. That means everything to me.
Yeah, give him back.
He's great.
That's good.
Even my Lewis Mox, he's doing wonderful. He had got a scholarship at Buffalo State, but he's out of school now. He's doing good. He's the young man that accidentally killed his mother's boyfriend because he was trying to kill her. And he heard the ruckus and got out of his bed and he put him in a headlock. But the dude was drunk and high out of his mind and had took not speed.
Well, if they know all of this, then why did they charge that man that much money?
Well, this is another case, Lewis Mox.
No, I heard you.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Why did they charge him?
He didn't even get to go to prison because those petitions I wasn't playing. And they did take him in that night, though, because a murder was... He didn't even know he died. He just got his mother out of there. He was only 16, 17 years old. And he put him in the headlock to try to get him off his mother. Like, he choked his mother. He was choking his mother to death. His mother had passed out. He had to get his mother, go outside. They called the cops. He didn't even know he had passed away. But they was trying to put him in prison for life. This is a star quarterback, senior, like all of this stuff. Good kid. Never been in trouble a day in his life. Good kid. I'm like, oh no. I went down to New York so fast. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you
But
went
they wound up dropping the charges. The grand jury dropped the charges and stuff on him.
Yeah, most definitely, because they ain't had no charge. That was self-defense. Like, for real, that was like a
But you know what
passion.
the funny thing is the DA was like, you should have called 911. So
gonna die.
I said, if my son was coming in, if my child was coming in the house and seeing me getting choked to death and killed, what would you do? What would you do, bro?
Yeah, you gonna jump on top of the man and choke
My
him
son
out
is going to
too.
jump on top of him to try him get him off. Like, he choked his mother to the point he passed out. So I'm like, why didn't he call now? Who has time? Who's even thinking about 911 at that moment? I was like, you sound foolish.
Very foolish. Like, that's not even a human response.
No.
That's not a natural human response. A natural is what they say is fight or flight. That's the natural human response.
Fight or flight.
That's the natural human response, period. So he fought. That's what he was supposed to do. See, like,
No, but they
but
want you
we
to call
already know what
911.
it is. We know what it is, though.
They want you to call
It's
911.
the systemic racism that exists, and now it's just slavery is inside the prisons. And the way that they
It's
put us
always
into
been
the
inside the
systems.
prison.
It's just on the bond.
And when
Yeah.
they can't get their mind, brother, like the strongest soldiers I know, like I said, Daryl Redmond, like Banky Pounds, all the brothers that I know, they couldn't get in here. They could not get in here. And these brothers are solid, strong as rocks. Like, they're strong. Even the sisters I know that's come out of prison, strong, and they tried to break them down. And you just can't. And it's not about, and they'll try and act like they're being rebellious and want to throw them in the hole and this, that, and the third. No, you're not going to talk to me any type of way. You're not going to, and it is a big business.
Oh, yeah.
$1 billion business.
Billions
It's
of
crazy. Like,
dollars.
Lawrenceville is a private prison. The inmates is running that whole prison. Believe that. But their food is better. Their rec time is better. They get to be on the phone at midnight, all of these things, but they're running a prison. There's a lot of stuff going on. But they refuse. They're trying their best to keep that prison open. They're trying to shut down all private prisons because it's so much. A lot of celebrities got stock in this too.
Oh, a lot of the big people.
A lot of stock.
Because it's money. And when it comes, see, one thing about it, a lot of people don't value human life as much as they value riches, and that's a part of the problem too. So for some things, they don't care. They don't look at it like what it's doing and who it's really affecting. They looking at it as the end result. Which
it starts in the school.
Until it affects them.
Exactly.
Until it affects them, right?
That's fast.
It starts in the school too, because even with special ed children, they get a nice allotment every year per child. They get a nice allotment.
Oh yeah.
So it starts from there. I mean, school is designed just like prison.
Come on, talk about it.
The hallways, the bell ringing, the food eating with trays is designed just like school is designed just like prison.
Pipeline to prison.
So those are things like that I try and fight for. This whole mental health situation with the brothers coming home, they know that they have to seek mental health if they want my free services, because I don't even charge them, because I know they need me, and I wouldn't do that. I make sure I have boxes for them when they get home, welcome home boxes. I make sure of a lot of things to make sure they're good, but they know they gotta seek mental health therapy if you still want to deal with me, some way, somehow, and we'll take it from there. But they're doing good. It's a struggle. I'm not gonna sit here. All of them suffer from PTSD.
Yeah, most definitely.
We all suffer.
I was
from
gonna say we
PTSD.
all do. Yeah,
all of us. Seriously. So it's
Where
like
my check at?
it's this whole mental health thing. That's something I was trying to work on with one of the previous governors, and it needs to happen. And you can't sit here if you throwing a brother in the hole for a year, 2 years. Like one of the clients that I have, the one John was talking about, Taekwon Lee, he was thrown in a hole for at Wallens for all those years, and his mental health is gone.
Yeah, deteriorated. Yeah, that's too much.
Like his mental health is gone. So, you know, he needs to be home, and it's a lot of people that just need to be home, but we'll be messing with their money. So
because they need that 70% fulfillment.
Or even they, like the charges Travion had. I know this white kid had the same exact thing. He got 6 months probation.
Come on now. Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
At 17.
But see, this is what they, again, like I was telling you earlier, this is what they teach. Because I went to school to study criminal justice because I wanted to vindicate on my behalf of an injustice that was done to me. So that was a whole point in play. So I guess that's why I got there and let it fall through, because my intentions was. But I still learned things nonetheless, and I said all that to say they teach this. This is in the books which they give you. They know about recidivism. They know about the disproportionate numbers of brown and black people versus white people. They know about how their charges are different. They know about the racial injustice. But see, one thing about them, I got to give it to them, they're very strategic. So they put certain laws in place, like judges. They really can't get fired unless they do something very, very irate. Like, it has to be real blatant. People got to be able to pinpoint that that's exactly what it is. So it takes time to get that. So they get long periods of time. And then even after you find them on one sanction, they have, like, I think up to 3 sanctions they're able to get before they actually have to go. So it's a lot of things.
Travion's, his judge was removed off the bench after he sentenced him.
See, like, they have to be able to have some type of real big evidence. And it's crazy, too, because they know that it's like I'm telling you, they teaching me this, and this is at the lower level. This is not even once you get in. So this is at the very beginning. So they know, I said all that to say, because they know all of this stuff, but they do nothing to change it, which further lets me know that this is just their ideologies and beliefs for real. People say that they be like you making it something. No, these are just the hard facts. This is just the truth. It's what it is.
Well,
it's blatant.
you said something about being strategic and stuff, and they have been strategic for hundreds of years because they keep their people in these positions as a judge, as a cop, as an attorney, a prosecutor, and all these things, again, to keep their foots on the necks of poor white people, black and brown people, we know, and those who don't meet their... What's the word I want to say without sounding crazy? Those like meet their category of who they are.
I get what you're saying. That idea of the person.
Which their category of who they are, devils.
Come on, talk about it.
So, you know, it is what it is. But meanwhile, girl, I want to say
what you want to say. You know.
Meanwhile, we sitting here taking this stuff.
Yeah.
When we don't have to.
We definitely don't have to.
And if you hate us that much, give us our own nation and just let us rock. If you hate us that much. And don't get me wrong. I have beautiful white ally friends. John, I told you he was like my dad. That man, I love that man to the end of to the end until I take my last breath. I mean, he just was super dope. But, you know, even he knew, you know how racist the system is, and it's not a fun thing.
No,
it's painful when you see, when I'm sitting there teaching and it's 200-300 guys there. Nobody never missed my class or my lectures, and the faces I see, 80% of the audiences look like me. And I let them know, like, I need you, like. We need you.
We need you.
I need you out. Like, I need you out here. I need you to stay out here. I could depend on any of the brothers that sat in my classes. If I'm like, I need you to come pick me up, right? They're there for me. Like, I love them the way they love me, and they're very protective. They're a little nutty sometimes with me. They're very protective of me, and I appreciate that because the attributes of a man is to provide, protect, guide, and direct.
Come on now, talk about it.
So, I mean, that's just what it is.
It is.
And I love them. I love this brother. I love y'all brothers.
Yeah.
Looking good over there.
Yeah,
I love
yes.
y'all, bro. Like I love y'all, and like this is not a game for me, you know, or do I do shit for accolades or credit and stuff. Like, you know, it's great that my legacy, if I died today, like my legacy would go on from the work that I've done. I appreciate all of that, and my name being a household name and all around the world and stuff, but it's bigger to me than that. You know what I'm saying? Way bigger than that.
So as we wrapping it up, let's talk about this pain and the purpose right quick.
So my book is dropping. It was supposed to drop a year ago. It was completed and everything last January, February.
Okay.
But then my man died.
Sorry.
And then I had to put that on pause. And then I almost died. And so when I got home recovering, I wound up adding chapters. So I done added about 6 to 8 chapters already. So I guess the book, you know, Allah was like, this book is not complete yet. You still got to, and I did that. And those last chapters are so powerful. Like very powerful. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just drop it for my 51st birthday.
I'll drop it like
and just do like a little private day party. And yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
So y'all look forward to that in
Pain
November.
has
Tell the
purpose.
people the the handles in which they can find this information.
You can find it on my you just friend request. I think I have room. You can friend request me.
You gotta tell them what it is.
Monique Yesenia. It's Yesenia for y'all, but it's really Yesenia because I'm Puerto Rican. So it's Monique MONIQUE YESENIA. Y'all can go ahead and follow. I run Travion Blunt's. He's home from prison, but I still upkeep his social media. You can go to Fight for Travion Blunt. I do news articles and updates and stuff there as well. And that's pretty much it. And just, you know, you guys can hit me on my inbox if you have any questions as far as if you're in trouble or anything. I'm not an attorney, but I've studied the law and I've worked with the best. So just hit me up. And I love y'all. Keep fighting. If y'all gonna fight for something that's going to be beneficial.
Come on now.
Like, come see us. We got the USA boxing. Come see us.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Come see us. Come see us.
Yes.
For real. Get some money if you're going to fight. Or go to war. Go to war with the goddamn country. You know what I'm saying? You want to shoot these guns and stuff.
That's right.
They'll pay you, take care of your benefits and everything. You know what I mean?
Facts,
But don't be out here just killing each
Just
other for
killing
nothing.
each
Yeah,
other.
don't let them use you as a pawn for their game, man. I'm telling you,
Right.
population control is why they gave y'all all the guns.
No,
So
facts.
stay woke about what's going on.
And make sure that you know
And look, and also
talk to the youth.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Y'all have to talk to the
Talk
youth,
to 'em,
y'all,
that's right.
and create platforms like adults.
Loud
Where's the
facts.
camera? Right here.
Yeah.
Adults, make sure that you are creating a platform. You don't even got to spend no bread. Just take them to a park or go to the beach and hand out ices and just sit them down and talk to them. It don't take nothing. It don't take nothing just to talk. I'm telling you, I promise you, sometimes one conversation can save one child.
Come on, talk about it, and that's what it's about.
One child. When and it does affect them. Like, hey, Daryl Redmond, he's one of them, and
my
he
Daryl.
he'll tell you in a minute. I was this, I was doing that, I was a shooter, I was doing all this stuff, y'all was doing
did
it,
that.
and they take to him. They love him. So it's like, it's a beautiful thing when you see a youth, a child, take to somebody that's been down that road and really process and is listening to them. Because you can see their faces.
Yeah.
They be like, oh,
Body
shit.
language.
I don't want to go there.
Talk about
They're like, they hear those stories be traumatizing. They're true, but they need to hear it. And I do disclaimers to the parents. Okay, can the guys tell their story? It might be a little raw in here. Like, is it fine? Are you trusting me with this? And they go, yeah. And then, they tell the stories, and then the brothers is just like saying what they're saying, and sometimes these kids are scared straight.
Yeah, definitely.
Those good children, like, it's not, it's no such thing as a bad child. Don't get that
just
twisted.
Misdirected.
But these children need that, and then they really will shape up. You know,
Yeah,
like
most definitely.
give them their phone numbers and just have these conversations. They really don't want to do any crime.
No,
They
don't.
really don't want to. They just tagging along
Oh,
for real. A
trendy.
lot of them.
Could they get that from their parents? Cause we a trendy
And then they-
generation. We are. So I think it's about that time. Yeah, it's about that time, man. Okay. So, tell the people Sunday.
Sunday will be, and I'll post it, or I'll give you one of you guys the flyer if y'all want to post it too. For people coming home from prison or that's been home and so I'm still on probation, I'll have probation information, answering questions in reference to that because the people are getting confused with this whole probation thing. Because some people are getting released. Like, say you've been home for 3 years and I just came along and I've been out here only 7 months and then they give me probation. I, again, create these platforms. They want to see what you're doing. Having a job is great, but you're going to have to do just a little more than that. And then just like I said, the probation questions and expungement. We'll be doing expungement questions as well because people just don't know. So I created that for Sunday. And my girl Tasha will be here answering questions. She's an attorney, DA and all that. So, yeah.
Okay, so y'all make sure y'all stay linked in to Monique Yesenia page on Facebook, or you can stay on my page and I will, or Power by Virginia page, and we'll have posted as well. So make sure y'all reach out if y'all want any tickets to the Queens Awards.
Yes, because she's getting podcast of the year.
Yes, I am.
She's getting podcast of the year. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
July 17th. Y'all come and purchase a ticket and come be around all these beautiful women.
That's my girl. She can get
Look at
loud
mine.
facts. That's a win for the whole team.
And I'll be honoring men next year.
Loud facts. All right.
Next year.
Yeah. Oh, and quick thing I want to throw in there. Do you see though how the women's rate of the young women rate is going up with being incarcerated now?
Oh, I teach in women's prison too. Trust me, I know.
You see it though. How it has really shifted over the years as well, all the way up. I just wanted to bring that up because
I
that's
had
a
to
different
the
thing.
last prison was it Fluvanna? The last prison I went to, they had to move us into the gym because everybody wanted to come to my lecture or whatever. And 17, 18. So what I noticed is like when you, well, first of all, they tell me their charges. You don't never ask a person their charges in prison. I mean, I'm not in prison, but I know that much I know. You don't ask a person their charges. And they'll come up to me and tell me. So the young girls is the ride or die girls, not going to dominate men out, took charges for them. And then the white girls are meth heads. The older black women are like heroin addicts and crackheads and stuff, on crack. Let me not say crackheads, on crack. And then you have the women who were protecting themselves, domestic violence, or a pimp that made them go out in the streets and they were tired of getting beat and they wound up killing them and stuff like that. And they caught charges. So those are like the 4 categories for real that's in prison for women. And then, the handful that's just straight up just killing people. So, but it is going up. The rise is going up, and it's a whole teaching in women prison compared to men prison is so different. It's a lot. I'm a woman, and it's a lot. And I'll be like, oh, God, I got to pray and just prepare myself before I go in there. Because it'll be a lot. You have the cat calls. You have some of them act just like guys. You have, some of them just there goofing off. But I don't play. When I see stuff like that, I stop everything. And, you got those there that want to learn, and you got those there that have to come to my class in order to be released. So, yeah, and it's a lot of young black girls, a lot.
So the moral of all of this information that we got this evening, guys, is make sure we are taking time out for the youth so that we can protect them from the one bad choice or the one wrong choice or the one wrong place. Like, let's just do better by them, and let's just walk in our boldness as adults and as leaders and as examples, and lead by example. Like, talk to them. Don't be scared of them. You can't be so hard about the wrong things, and we can't be hard about the right things. It ain't even about being hard. It's just being about doing. Just do it. Don't make excuses to not do. Just do it. Do it.
And as far as the youth is concerned, it's okay to be corny.
Come on, now.
It's okay not to participate. It's okay not to get in that car. It's okay if they clowning you because you don't have on Jordans. Like, it's okay. Who cares? Like, who cares?
If you gotta come in the house.
Hold on. Well, why would that be corny?
No, people. No, you.
It could be corny to be sitting in jail. That's what's really corny.
Corny.
That's what's corny to talk about it.
But you'd
really
be
corny.
surprised. You'd be so surprised.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
It's a mental state. It's a mental thing, man.
The young boys that's sitting in prison is just, they was just trying at the at the wrong place at the wrong time around the wrong people. And you know what? Just like with Travion, adults, grown ass adults, pulling these kids in 14 and 15-year-old. Why are you even hanging around? You 25 years old.
Because they don't want to do the time.
Yeah.
It's
You know why?
stupid.
Yeah, they don't want to do
use
the
them
time.
as
They
pawns.
already learned their lesson, so they don't want to be the next one to get caught. That's why you give the little kid the pack. So
Yeah.
the little kid got.
And see,
Now you
and
got him
that's
going
why-
through the same shit you going
Yeah.
through.
Come on, talk. It's sad. And that's why as parents, we got to make sure we be real with our kids. And you know what level. See, I think the people, we don't like to talk real talk to our kids. We talk all that good talk to everybody in the street that don't mean nothing. And I don't mean it like that, but let's just be real. You got to talk that stuff in your house, in your four walls, to your kids that you pushed out who belong to you also. Like, I tell my kids, you don't want to be the green one now because you got to understand you ain't in the streets. Your friends, they may be in the streets, but you ain't in the streets. You won't raise like them, so you ain't built like them. You ain't built for what? Guess what? You put your hands on something, did you wipe it off? What you doing? Like, because you could be in here getting fussed out about doing whatever,
thinking the
but they
same
done went and
stuff,
did
too.
something because you
Yeah.
the sucker. Don't be nobody fall guy. I tell my kids real talk about a lot of things because you know what age they are ready for certain things because it depends on how they start moving, what they start talking about, what they start listening to. You got to pick their brains, have conversations with your kids.
And
Before we can even go outside to other people's kids, let's start having conversations with our kids. Do you know what they like? Because they ain't the same kids from when they were 10 and 5 and they older, they change. And even if your children are at a younger age, they change from 2 or 3 years ago because as we are evolving, so are they. And they don't even know what evolution is. It's just a part of life. So let's understand that conversations have to be had. And you got to admit to your stuff. Accountability. Ain't what you said,
Accountability.
sis. Be accountable for what you were. Tell them the truth about who you are. And even if you got to lie a little bit, tell them it was your aunt because you ain't really woman or man enough to take it or whatever the case may be. I can understand that too. It may be something you, whatever, I don't know, whatever. Tell them because you need to tell them why not to do it. Not just not to do it, but why not to do it. And the reality, not no fake, because I said so, or because this ain't right. No, tell them because you're going to go to jail, because this going to happen, because they going to put this in your
So don't
week.
lie to them.
Yeah, don't lie to them.
Don't lie to them.
Tell them real life scenarios.
Keep real with them.
So what age?
Uh-huh.
What age should we start having this
10
conversation?
years old.
Whenever the child
10 years
presents
old.
that thing.
10 years old.
I think whatever
when
the
the kid
child
when the
presents
kid
it.
when the kid thing is over, it's 10 years old. 1 to 10, you can let him be a kid. From 10 to 20, you got to start training your kids to be grown to you know what I mean, to understanding now. You know what I mean? Because from 1 to 10, you can let them play, but after 10 years old, they can't be on that playtime because then they're gonna play with you as they become, and then later on they're gonna be playing too much. Get them at 10 years old.
And what advice would y'all give to a single
Well, I disagree
mother?
about the age. I think it depends
should
on
be
the
a little
child.
younger.
I know. I just think it depends on the child, how they present itself. Like, you know, I
I
don't
was
think
gonna
two
say
kids can be
8.
raised the same.
8 years
I think
old?
it just depends on
I'm
when they
saying
present
earlier
it.
the better too. I'm with you.
Yeah, because you know
Earlier the
some
better.
kids,
I
you
get
know,
mine
move
at-
quicker. Some kids move quicker. Y'all know that. Some kids faster. They more mischievous. They do stuff early because they catch on to life early. Life caught them early. So for that child, talk to them at whatever age, whether it's 5, 6,
You should be
he
able to
starts
notice
feeling
it,
on little
yeah.
booties or whatever. You know you need to have a conversation with him. Like, it's certain things I feel like, you know, like observation. That's why we got to pay attention. We can't just watch our kids. We got to raise our kids. See, and I think that's the problem. People watch their kids, but they ain't raising them,
They
though.
ain't paying
It's
attention.
different.
They ain't paying attention. like
That's
you
real.
said.
No, that's real.
Just because
That's
you in the
real.
house with your kids all day don't mean you did know what you do. Did you have a conversation with them? Did you build with them?
No,
Did
because the
you teach
TV
them
and the
something?
games is babysitting them.
That don't mean that.
That's
People
what's
want
happening.
kudos for that. People be like, oh, I got my kids all the time, but do you really though? See, because my kids, watch, my mama talk us to death. Every time is not a learning experience, ma. Every time is a learning experience. Every time. Every time you do something,
Your whole
every time
life.
something happen, it's real talk.
And if you ain't learning nothing,
What you doing?
you ain't growing.
I just I don't like. Okay, so like
Wait, I'm
I know what like the advice I give like to single mothers. So what advice would you give to a single mother? The guys that's in the room, a single mother raising a boy. What advice would y'all give them?
Get them in some sports or something, you know, something to keep them occupied from having to
Stuff to
think
keep them
Facts.
occupied.
about, you know what I'm
Sports.
saying? Sports, music, the boxing joint, you know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Just keep them active.
Just pay attention to what they like.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they can get focused on something else and use that energy to do that as opposed to wanting to do all the other things.
Absolutely. It's tough out here for the single
to
mothers.
Be a part of whatever.
Stop being scared too. Tell them don't be
Don't
scared.
just put them off in something.
Come on.
and
Yeah,
not be a
facts.
mom.
Come on.
Like, be a part of it. Because I tell you one
Be
thing.
a part of what
Yes.
they're
You
doing.
can't get it back when they 18.
Come on now.
They know how you.
You
like
built the
right
foundation.
Now, I wish I could help my baby mama.
Mhm.
Feelings like my kids have, but I can't even fix that.
Mhm.
Not with bleach.
Right.
So like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Remember that they get older.
Facts.
Remember, they get older.
Yes.
What would you say, brother?
Pay attention, man. Pay attention to what they like, because that's you're gonna have the easiest way to work with them doing things that they already like to do.
Come on.
And everybody like to do something. There ain't nobody in this world that don't like to do nothing. Somebody like to do something, and that's how you know what I mean. That's how you mold them in that. What do you call it? That
Mold their like their
Habit.
personalities, their habits,
Habit
and
traits.
well, you pay attention to all that, you can have a better understanding of your child.
Yeah, true.
And you can see what where you're gonna be good at in life and what they're
Right.
gonna be doing. You know what I mean?
True.
and
and then
stop
you can
all
start-
this yelling.
Yeah. Gotta learn how to breathe for a second.
And I get it's frustration because you're doing it on your own. You're working, maybe you're taking classes or whatever. You have to stop all this yelling and talk to them and not at them. And that goes for your man too. Talk at your man, not to him. It's
To him,
like
not at him.
I mean, yeah, to him, not
I
at
got you
him,
back. I got you
because it's communication is everything,
Come
and
on.
tone of deliverance means everything.
Delivery is
Because
big.
she could say something one way to you, and I could say it another, and you're going to be more receptive to me because of how I delivered it.
Your energy.
And it's cool to do like what I used to do with my son. My son is 30, but when back in the day, like when he was in elementary school and middle school and stuff, every Friday TV off. We do pizza, we do play Uno or whatever, and I would tell him to bring his kids, and I would just say, so what y'all do? What was your week like? What was your highs? What was your lows? Whatever, and just listen to them.
Fact.
Not over talk them, but just like listen to understand them and not listen to reply. And a lot of I told you earlier, what was the number one thing? They feel like they're not being heard,
Yep.
so then they start having resentment and start acting out. I made my hiccups and mistakes as a parent, but giving thanks that my son never been to prison. My son's never gave me any problems, ever. And I knew I come from a parent. My father was a heroin addict, and my mother wasn't on drugs. But I watched my father beat my mother all the time, so I knew what wasn't going to go down when I had my kid and what was going to happen in my household. But I never even have to beat my son's ass. I punched him in the chest twice in his whole life, and that's because he lied about grades, and I knew he was lying. But it's like the communication and anything with anything, anybody, or everything is everything.
It is. It's everything.
Everything. I don't have arguments. I don't sit up like if I'm dealing with a guy,
and that's
I
the
don't
problem.
argue.
Most
I don't-
people
none of that.
don't know how to communicate. So
They don't.
And a lot of women have kids and they don't know how to communicate. And a lot of men have kids and they don't know how to communicate. And that's what's wrong in the courtroom. That's why you there to help them in the courtroom, because they don't know that language. That's a whole nother language.
They definitely
You know
those
what I mean?
words, those
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
law
Very
words and
big.
everything.
Communication is the key. So
Yeah, that's facts.
communicate
Yeah,
with your kids.
it is.
Facts. Gotta
With
communicate.
anything. So we were a little all over today. I love it though. I
That's what it's
love
supposed to
it.
be. Touch all the spots.
Absolutely.
It all brought together though. It's all still talking about the same thing. So different dynamics.
Right.
I feel.
Y'all look out for July 17th. I've got under 30 tickets, like I keep telling y'all. So mom and auntie, get them tickets. And,
get the tickets.
Then I have I'll announce the like little beach party or whatever. And look out for my documentary coming out towards the end of the year, and my book release will be in November. Okay. My birthday is November 13th.
Ow.
So
Purpose and pain.
Look out for that. It's powerful. And I'm not saying it because I wrote it, but it's powerful. And I touch on things that people are going to be like, damn, you know, sheesh, most stuff, you know. But that's coming out, and I'm just excited about everything.
If you got any kids that want to do boxing, you know,
bring them to you?
Yeah, we got the
What
events.
if I want to do boxing?
Okay, so yeah, you could do boxing too. But our next event is going to be August 27th.
August the 27th, boxing
August
event.
27th.
Yeah, it's going to be back at the Boys and Girls Club in Newport News.
Okay.
629 Hampton Road.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have any kids that, you know, we have boxing schools all over, you know, even in Portsmouth. What city you in?
I live in Virginia Beach, but I have some of my at-risk youth and all of that, and they need to actually punch a bag.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that instruction room thing was a great idea. Oh, and also y'all, this Saturday, June the 25th, at First Corinthians Baptist Church, it will be the Gun Bad Back. The Gun Bad Back program will be held from 12 to 3 p.m. in Portsmouth, Virginia, right there at 2308 Randolph Street, Portsmouth, Virginia. Yep.
And what's this event about?
This is the Gun Buyback program.
Okay.
The city is coming together with the church, and they're doing a gun buyback program.
Is that what Onyx is doing?
And stuff. I don't know. She might be a part of that
that's
too.
running for council.
Yes. Big shout out to her. She's dope.
Big shout out to Onyx.
Oh yes.
She'll be up here next Thursday, right? June 30th, right?
I'm not sure.
I seen the flyer. I seen this should be on the 757 Ready podcast.
Okay. That's
She's
dope.
amazing.
Yeah, she
love
She real dope.
Onyx. She's amazing.
Real dope. Yeah.
She really is.
I think I got her on my she's coming up too. She's one of my guests too. But you know I be so booked.
That's right.
Book so it'd be further out. It'd be further out.
So you got some heavy hitters there. Onyx is a heavy hitter.
Like you, look. Yeah, just like I had you on my books for a long time. I had you on my books for a while.
I know it's been months. So I was like, okay, we're gonna get this together.
I know, right? But I think it happened at perfect time. Yeah. You know, you got a lot of things going on right now. You know,
somebody asked me, it's like, are you gonna do this interview? Because you know, it was what I just went through the other day.
And I appreciate you for that.
I'm like, like I'm honoring that. Like, there's nothing I can do. Like, he's gone, and you know, it's nothing I can do. I want to honor that. I've been looking forward to it. To this interview, so
that's super dope. So is that. Well, I have superseded my time. I really do appreciate you coming out. She is so dope, y'all. Y'all make sure that y'all stay on the lookout for Miss Monique. Yesenia. I'm so
it's that why. It gets everybody.
Miss Monique Yesenia for real. Queen Monique Yesenia. She is so awesome. She is the new day Harriet Tubman. I forgot the name.
Professor Griff actually named me that. Professor Griff and Cocoa Butter from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Right, they named me that, and it just carried. And then my best friend, she didn't even know they were calling me that, and she started calling me that.
That's a dope name, y'all. So that means that got a lot of weight to it. You know what I'm talking about?
I told him, I said, I was like, don't name me that. That's heavy, but you freeing our people, you know. So I mean, that's how it all came along.
Yeah, it makes sense. I seen the synopsis. I got you. I seen it. Look, it makes sense. It's fitting. So I appreciate you guys for tapping in and tuning in. I appreciate you for trusting me with you. Absolutely. And coming to spill a little bit of tea with me, baby. I appreciate it. You are so dope. You are so awesome. So are you. Thank you for sharing and exchanging with me deeper than just yourself. You know, I really, really, really appreciate that. That was so dope.
You got the dress yet?
No, I don't. I know what kind I want though. I don't got it. Yeah,
Get
I know.
on.
I know what kind I want. I gotta be cute. But look, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all come out. That is July the 17th. It's on a Sunday.
It is.
And it's up there, right? No.
Virginia Beach at the 757 Virginia Beach events venue.
Hey, come check your girl out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, this has been a real dope episode. I'm sorry it took so long. I really appreciate you guys out there. I love y'all so much. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but guess what? Y'all chose to be here with me, and that means so very much to me. Y'all stay blessed, y'all stay up, and y'all stay sucker free. Till the next time, man. Y'all be easy out here. Don't let the people change you. Change the people.
That's right.
Stay blessed. We out of here.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
Powered by Virginia Radio.